Today's episode is presented by Lodestar, the fee experts.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Lending Leaders. My name's Alayna Gardner, and this week I'm joined with Dustin McClelland of Lender Price. He's the EVP of Sales over there. And also, they're a co-sponsor with us for this weekend's Independence Block Party, which is on Sunday from 7:30 to 9:30 at Spin Philadelphia. So if you are in Philly for any reason this weekend, including MBA Annual, and you're a mortgage professional, we want to see you there. So definitely register. It'll be linked with all of this. And thank you so much, Dustin, for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Of course. Well, we've been working together for a little while, but one of the things that I think is something that we both can really feel passionately about is kind of the difference between some of our legacy solutions and our modern day solutions.
Yes.
So, of course, we have all of our legacy PPE, right? It's very common. A lot of people have them. What's the difference between that and something like Lender Price or some of the other new ones on the market, right? I try to be pretty vague here. We don't want to be too salesy.
Sure.
And what ramifications can that have for scalability and kind of surviving this market we have right now?
Yeah, it's a great question. And honestly, at Lender Price, we really feel like we have that good mix because there are some legacy technologies that have been working on outdated technology, and where we've been able to help clients with a newer solution, newer technology, is just with the flexibility that we can bring to the table. A lot of lenders, and especially in this market, need the ability to be able to adapt quickly. It could be introducing new investors, new programs. A lot of people are kind of getting into the non-QM. And if you're working on a legacy solution, I think it becomes more challenging to be nimble in this market. But I will also say that one of the things that I feel distinguishes us is we've got that really good mix of modern technology and the flexibility that goes along with that. But we've also been around for 8 years now. And so you're not going to be a guinea pig implementing with a solution like Lender Price. We have become a very proven, mature solution, which I think has also benefited our clients. But having that, trying to work off of a legacy technology, whether it's the integrations that you need because you didn't create the solution as an API-driven application, or sometimes our industry changes. Like we're going to see new LOPA caps, and how quickly can the solution and the technology partners that you work with adapt to those? I think it's been a real benefit for our clients to be able to have that, really the mix, but the newer, fresher, modern technology and the capabilities that go along with that.
Yeah, I was just having a conversation with some of my teammates here and kind of talking about sometimes being the first to market isn't the best thing, right? Because as we grow and as we learn more about things, all of a sudden what made sense as a first to market solution, you learn so much that your second or third to market is often the better solution.
Oftentimes, yeah. I think it's going to be dependent on, you always want to do your due diligence and find the right partner for you for a long-term relationship. But just because someone's been around for a long time and, maybe has the market share because of that, doesn't mean that they're going to be the right fit for you and for the future of your company.
Yeah, I think it's really important for lenders to have conversations with their partners about the future of the partner company, how they're also looking to grow, right? I think that's one of the things you guys do really well is having, your CEO accessible and all of that. And especially for high level lenders, that's huge. I see Dwar all the time. He's out and he's about, right?
He is. It's one of the things that we really promote is that, inside the company, we have an open door policy for our customers and really the market in general, the industry. Dewar and our entire leadership team really makes themselves very, very accessible. Whether you're a client or not, if you just, hey, we're hearing this in the industry, what are your thoughts? He's always open to a conversation.
Yeah. And that's really what you want is someone who's willing to be a resource and is a part of the industry. And, I think as we talk about vendors, right? I think this is something, that all of us have to deal with is what does it mean to compete, right? And to distinguish yourself from other companies in this space. Because I think there's a
Mhm.
lot of times there's this race to the bottom, but what that ends with is bad service and things that at the end of the day don't actually serve our end consumers. And of course, we don't want to overcharge for our services, but we
Well,
also don't want to compete on price.
eh, yeah. So a couple things there. We know
It's
that
only
in this current market, it's unfortunate, but it's a fact of the market that cost is going to be a factor, and you have to take that into
Mhm.
consideration when you're looking at your partnerships and you're trying to run a business. So we know that, we understand that while we always want to bring the value and show you that there is value in our solution, otherwise, we'll try and figure that out quickly so that we're not wasting anyone's time. But uh, the bottom line in this market is going to be cost. Now, to the other part that you mentioned, it's interesting. We actually have, and this comes from Rod Lake, who's our chairman of the board, and it goes all the way down our institution. We talk a lot about how Lender Price specifically has the best, most modern technology in the industry, and it's great for us to have the best technology. But at a corporate level, we actually have a saying that service trumps technology. You have to be able to take care of your customers, both from a solution standpoint, but also from a customer service standpoint. And that's another example of why, Dewar puts his mobile phone, his number on his card, on his email. So if you need something and you need to get to the CEO, he is there and available for you. Whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, he will pick up the phone and have a conversation with you, because we really honestly believe that you have to provide excellent service, not just from a solution standpoint, but actually from a support standpoint.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's so important, and it's something that we've been able to differentiate ourselves on as well, and it's definitely always an interesting thing to compete on service because sometimes you look at your CS team and you're like, I'm sorry. But at the same time, that is so important. And,
Well, I think where you really can benefit there, at least what our philosophy is, it's like you said, it's hard to sell on service, but what you have to do is prove what you say, and then
Mhm.
your customers are going to be your best salespeople. Those
100%.
references, them out there screaming how great the partnership is, that's
Mhm.
where it's going to really bring value from a sales standpoint, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can definitely say I'm a big fan of non-traditional selling, and I think that referral network is so key. And being
Hmm.
able to speak to your current clients and have them be advocates for yourself. There's a better salesperson
Yep,
than I could ever be because they're in the same position as a lender.
I agree. Yep.
And you know, as a lender, we've mentioned it, but leveraging pricing data is so important. I know everyone talks about rates every day.
Hmm.
We might see 8%, who knows? Um, how has this kind of market really affected the way that your clients are using your data that you're providing in your engine?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think there's a couple pieces to that. One, it's just using the solution itself in this market. We're not just spinning through volume where you just need to hire bodies to keep up. Like that time is over for this industry. So what what we have are trying to do, or what we've been able to do for our customers, is really make sure that through the solution itself, you can find the best programs with the best pricing for your borrowers. Like being able to use a solution to determine this is going to be the best fit for my borrower so that we can both be successful. That's absolutely key, especially in a down market like this. Um, and then what was the second part of your question? Sorry.
Um, how are they leveraging like the
the,
data
the
itself?
data. Yeah. So
Data. We love data
yeah,
here.
data, love data. So it is becoming more and more important. I think people have always wanted data, but really taking all of the data, and it goes to two different sides of two different pieces of data where people are really looking to drive analytics. One is what are we doing internally? Like, how does our internal data look? What are programs are being priced out? What's being locked? What's my loan officer team look like? Who's asking for exceptions more often than anyone else? And what are those reasons? So having a very robust internal data analytics capability has been super important for our clients. And again, that goes to the API driven nature of our solution, where all
Hmm.
of that data is available. Whether you're using it through our solution with some of the dashboards and reporting, or you're simply dumping it into a BI tool that you have internally.
Hmm.
But then there's also the market analytics and the market. And a lot of that's got to be um, anonymized. So you got to keep secure. But if
Obviously,
you
yeah.
have that data and you can provide a lot of data across the market, that has also become more and more valuable to our customers. And it's one of the things that we're continuing to enhance. Is our marketplace competitive analytics capabilities. So it's something that we offer. It's something that is on our roadmap, and it's going to continue to be on the roadmap because we know it's always something that we're going to want to enhance. Is what kind of data can we provide to our customers?
And usable data is so important too, because, you mentioned reporting abilities and all of that stuff. I think a lot of times, even on our side, right, we get so much data that it's like, what's useful, what's not. So having the
Hmm.
ability to kind of dashboard that and be able to see that in an easy to use format can especially help some of your middle managers make higher level decisions.
Yep. Well, and one of the things that we've learned, and we've spent a lot of time building out configuration options in our solution, so that
Hmm.
we're not just building a reporting dashboard and saying, "Hey, this is what you get," but how can each lender configure it? Because different elements are going to be important to different lenders. Like you said, it's that important data, but what is important to you? And if we can have that conversation, and then we can give them a configurable option where they can determine what kind of data they want and what's important to them, we're not having to recreate the wheel every time someone wants something a little different or a little new.
Of course, yeah. Well, here at Lodestar, we're big fans of our guiding light, which is our Lodestar. A guiding light is what guides us through life.
Hmm.
It's very exciting stuff. Either personally or professionally, what guides you and gets you up in the morning, Dustin?
Oh gosh,
I
personally,
know
it's
it's a big
it's my
question.
family. What's that?
I know it's a big question.
Yeah, no, it's eh, non-professionally, it's my family. I mean, that's
Mhm.
why I do this. They drive every moment of my life. But professionally, I think it's about respect and integrity. And I've been in this industry for a long time, and there's just companies and individuals that do things the right way.
Mhm.
If they say something, you can trust them. And if they don't know, they're going to tell you up front, and then they're going to figure out a way to solve for it. And then there's others who just don't have that mutual respect and integrity, either in themselves or their company. And that is something that really drives me to make sure that not just me, but our entire team moves forward with an aspect of respect and integrity.
Yeah. I mean, that's honestly so important is salespeople with integrity can make all the difference for a large industry like ours.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Dustin, for joining me here today on Lending Leaders. It wasn't as painful as you thought it was going to be, was it?
It was not painful at all. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. Always enjoy
Okay.
hanging out.
I appreciate it. Well, everyone, again, we'd love to see you on Sunday if you're listening to this before the event. And if not, uh, if it's after MBA annual and someone's listening to this, Dustin, where can they find you?
You can find me at McClelland at lenderprice.com. Actually, if you go to lenderprice.com and just submit a request for contact, we will make sure that someone on the team gets to you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Dustin. If you, everyone who's made it to this far, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And we will see everyone next week.
See you there. Thanks so much.
Thank you.